I quite often get asked from people, Elise, what's your advice on this, and this? On the quick fixes, the machines that I guess promise you a million things when you jump into them once. I'm talking infrared saunas, cryotherapy machines, hyperbaric chambers. I'm talking massage chairs with oxygenation. I'm talking infrared lights, breath work, ice baths. I mean, the list is endless because the health industry is a $7 billion industry. So we've got to keep coming up with these things to try and grab people's attention, right? I'm here to burst your bubble a little bit and tell you that none of those things are going to work if you use them in a one-off situation. None of them. They're all going to be a quick fix if you look at them like, oh, today I might book in to a cryotherapy session and get all the benefits from it and feel amazing from it. It's a quick fix if you use it once, right? If you use a cryotherapy session once, and then you're going to feel great after it because it's going to make you feel good. And then you're going to think that that feel good emotion and feeling is definitely doing something in my health and well-being, but it's just because it's an instant input changer into your brain, and that input will eventually turn into a different input coming in when you drive away from your cryotherapy session and get back into the traffic and someone gives you the bird and now your threat response is elevated and you're back to having neck pain again. So none of these things are going to work unless you continue to do them. However, I want to go into a few of them for you, and some of the ones I probably like better than others, and some of them that make sense over my brain compared to others. But I do want you to understand that all of these things are going to be marketed towards you jumping in and getting the results instantly, which is BS. It's bullshit, right? Let's look at cryotherapy. I've got it written right here. And I'm not against any of these. I love all of these. I'm just giving you my simplify health to magnify view on these kind of machines. And I don't want you to waste your money on these kind of machines unless you're not going to invest in one of these machines and have them in your garage and continue to do them weekly, because that's the only way you're going to get benefits from doing these types of things. Okay, so if you look up cryotherapy, you're going to get pain relief, muscle healing, weight loss, reduces inflammation, preventing dementia, preventing and treating cancer, reducing anxiety and depression, improving symptoms of eczema, treating migraines and headaches, improve circulation, improve arthritis. Amazing, right? I want to jump in one right now. But if I jump in one right now, I certainly ain't going to get any of that long term, because I would need to invest in a cryotherapy machine at my house and do it at least once a week for the rest of my life in order to get those benefits. Yeah. Now for me, that doesn't make sense to my brain. I'm not spending thousands and thousands of dollars on one of those machines, right? So then I look at that and go, okay, well, a cryotherapy machine is cold. It's getting into a cold temperature. What's the benefits of getting into a cold temperature? Okay, is that like an ice bath? 100%. Cryotherapy ice bath. One's getting wet, one's not. One's using gas, they use in that machine. One's using water. Simplify that one. I'd rather not breathe in the gas. I'd probably rather jump in the water, because at least the water is kind of healthier, I guess. Yes, you're going to get wet jumping into water though. Yes, you're going to have to then change and be uncomfortable and, get your hair wet. So there's pros and cons to everything, but you've got to sort out what works for you. Maybe I could do a cold shower every day because I have a shower in my home and I live in Melbourne or Sydney or somewhere that's butt cold freezing. Or I could jump into the ocean. I could jump into a creek because I have access to cold water. Maybe that is a little bit more sustainable than me paying $250, or I don't even know how much they are, $150 for 3 minutes to jump in a machine that's I'm never going to use again. Can you see where I'm coming from? So that is a quick fix marketing ploy to get you into that machine. So then if I had a choice between the cryotherapy machine or the ice bath, I'd probably go the ice bath. But then with the ice bath, this is how my mind works. With the ice bath, I also say, I don't know if I'd like to sit in a little bath filled with ice when I have the opportunity. If you do, you may not. So therefore the ice bath is going to be a better choice for you. It's like making a roadmap for yourself. For me, I'm going to say, I'd rather not spend, $30 on 3 bags of ice and have to buy the tub and then put the ice in the tub and then fill the tub up with tap water that's full of shit. To me, I would rather go down to the river or the creek or the ocean and jump into some cold, natural sourced water where I can get negative ions from grounding effects of nature. That to me is more beneficial in my mind than doing a bucket of ice in my backyard. So it's definitely going to be what you like, what makes you feel good, what you can continue to do over and over and over again, because the accumulation is where you're going to get the benefits from. You will never get the benefits from a quick fix of doing something once, I'm sorry to say. You will get the feel good, which traps you into thinking it's fixed you. But the feel good will go away when more threat comes into play. So I do like cold water immersion though. I'm not going to lie, I think cold water immersion is fantastic for the body, coupled with heat though as well. I like hot and cold, and if you can do it together, that'd be fantastic. So at home, I have an infrared sauna because I love the heat. And in fact, female bodies prefer heat over cold because we have more hormones that need to regulate our central nervous system. We have to build more blood every month to give ourselves a cycle and a period. And sometimes that can be disturbed when we're constantly jumping into cold. It's like a chi thing, an energy thing, a blood building thing. Blood builds with heat. Blood doesn't build with cold. So I tend to go into the infrared sauna maybe closer to my cycles a little bit more than jumping into cold. If I am going to jump into cold, it's going to be if I find a creek or a river or an ocean and I'm just like, yeah, get me in there. Okay, but then I'm going to warm up pretty good afterwards as well with a hot drink, with, nice warm clothes, definitely not getting any wind on my body after I've been in cold water. Sometimes I think there is a chase for the adrenaline that we can experience in the cold water. Yes, you're building resilience. Yes, you're building willpower. Yes, you're building a technique of how to breathe deeply through a stressful situation when you jump into cold water. I'm all for all of that. I'm also very much all for getting your body into extreme temperatures of hot and cold because pathogens can't survive in hot and cold. And our body is so used to just all flatlining it at 37 degrees Celsius that our pathogens inside our body, our nasty cells just go, oh, I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to fester in this beautiful warm body because they go outside in the cold and they put a beanie on and I stay warm in here. And when it's hot outside, they put the air conditioner on and I stay cool in here. And I stayed at 37 degrees and I just want to fester and build and grow all my gunk, right? But what we can do is trick our central nervous system and trick those pathogens into killing them off. Because when you jump into extreme temperatures of ice or cold, they just go, what the fuck? Holy crap. I've just jumped into a freezing cold temperature. Now my body has to adjust to that. The central nervous system, the nerves, everything has to adjust to that. All of my heat will go into my vital organs if I'm in freezing cold water to pump my vital organs and keep me safe from passing out or dying in freezing cold water. And that's why you get goosebumps and you get chills and you get cold and you shiver to try and keep yourself warm. Then when you go from that into heat, it does the complete opposite. It's like, holy crap, get all of this heat away from the vital organs. We might overheat in here. We don't want anything in there overheating. So let's take it all to the extremities. And that's why you get flushed and you get hot and you start sweating. So you're actually giving your central nervous system a job to do when you're jumping in hot or cold. That's why I like putting them together. And I love infrared saunas because they are building your cell structure rather than dehydrating your cell structure. So a normal sauna where you're adding water into it, and it's like those kind of saunas, they're great, but I wouldn't spend any longer than 10 minutes in it because you're going to dehydrate your cell structure. It's going to be a bit floppy internally and can cause circulation slowing down instead of improving your circulation. So then when you jump in an infrared sauna, it's built totally different. You can spend a little bit longer in an infrared sauna and it actually builds the strength of the cell structure. Plus it's causing that internal heat as well. Love infrared saunas. Once again, I'm going to say it over and over again. There's no freaking point in jumping into an infrared sauna once to get all of your magic circulation, inflammation, health benefits, because it's not going to work once. That is why you have to invest in your health. I'm all for trying things out. Like if you enjoy trying out an infrared sauna once at a day spa or something like that, go for it. See how you feel after it. Did you like it? Didn't you like it? Your brain will tell you if it likes something or doesn't like something. I felt worse after it. I felt dehydrated. I felt tired. I had to go to sleep. Well, then don't buy one. But if you felt great and it kind of gave you that quick fix, feel good feeling, maybe you could look at investing in one. Exactly like I have. My infrared sauna sits outside and I probably use it possibly once to twice a week. Hubby's in there at least every day. He loves it. So you and me will need to invest in these things forever. The solution is forever. You're looking for the solution forever. You are never looking at a quick fix because it's not going to do shit for you, unfortunately. And we are a society that wants things instantly fixed and instant gratification and instantly feel better and tell us to take that magic pill and you'll be right. But that is just a load of horse crap and it doesn't work like that. Okay, what are we going through? Love infrared sauna. Not a fan of cryotherapy machine just because it's not sustainable unless you're going to buy one. Ice bath, I'd rather jump into a creek. That's just my preference, but if you have an ice bath set up at home, go for it. You do you, but make sure if you are someone who's constantly chasing that high, that adrenal high, that feel-good feeling, every time you jump in an ice bath, you're pushing your cortisol levels up. So just don't get, I guess, addicted to it, to that feeling of like adrenaline. Because if you're someone who works hard and you are stressed at work and then you go to the gym and you do your F45 classes and your HIIT classes, then you come home and you do your ice bath, you're just constantly staying up in this sympathetic drive and it's eventually going to have a little toll on you and you're just going to crash and burn one day. So couple the ice baths with the heat, the yin and the yang. Ice bath, yang. Saunas, heat, yin. You got to balance them out together. Love them. What else is there? We've got infrared light. Love them. I love an infrared light, but once again, you go to your beautician and they put an infrared light on your face once off for $150. Not going to do that much. I've invested in an infrared light. It cost me over $2,000 to invest in it, but it's at my home and I can do it twice a week, forever. That's where I'm going to get the benefit from, is investing into the thing to continue to do it. You're not going to get long-term benefits from jumping into anything once off. I know I'm repeating myself, but some people have to hear that over and over and over again, and I see it time and time again. Even massages, right? Love them. Quick fix, going to make you feel good instantly after it. You're pushing in $150 to $300 for a massage for a quick fix and an instant feel-good feeling. But then, once again, when your threat response increases and life gets a hold of you, you're going to find tension creeps back in because you're never getting to the root cause, or you're not getting it regularly enough. So unless you want to bang out, you know, your $200 weekly for a weekly massage forever, awesome. That's a solution. That's not a quick fix. But if you're a massage every 6 months, you're throwing money down the toilet, to me. Yeah. We've got oxygen machines. Hyperbaric chambers, oxygen machines, love them. I love them all, but my argument will be the same. If you're not continuing to do it frequently and constantly enough, you're not going to get the benefits from it. So my suggestion is, if you are going to a day retreat or you're going to a place that has all these fancy equipment and machines, go and try them out. Go and try them out once off and see how you feel. If your body responds well to it, then you're going to have to consider buying one yourself at home if you want the benefits from it. If you're never going to do that, don't bother. Don't bother even trying it out, because there is so many other things in the world that can help you long term, that can do exactly what the cryotherapy thing said. Weight loss, we know how to do that without a cryotherapy machine, or without a infrared sauna, or without an ice bath, or without a hyperbaric chamber. What else have we got there? Pain relief and muscle healing. Well, we also probably know how to do that without all of those fancy machines as well. We can simplify all of that and we can go to the regular move well, eat well, think well philosophy on life. And you probably feel exactly all of those benefits just from doing that. So don't let the health industry bombard you into thinking that these are miracle cure-all things. They're not. They help 100%, but they won't help if you don't continue to do them over and over and over again. One of the biggest questions people ask me about my brain-changing movement. Like, I'll do a session with someone, I will write them out a program, you've got to do these exercises, and the first question is always, how long do I have to do them for? And I'm like, forever. Forever. You're going to have to learn something and then do it forever. There is no point in me giving you an exercise, like a hip mobility exercise or an eye exercise or a, massage technique or a stretch technique or a personal training session and learning how to move through resistance, whatever it may be. There's no point in spending money and taking that advice and asking, how long do I have to do this for? Because it's forever. If you have that mentality, if you have the mentality of investing into you forever, right? I'm gonna invest not just in a massage, I'm gonna invest in how can I actually release the tension in my fascia, my body, my muscles, my joints, my tendons. Where can I find a person that can teach me that so that I can then take that on for the rest of my life, because I have that knowledge in here, instead of having to outsource it constantly. That's probably the key to any health and wellness thing right there. Invest in this outfit because you will have this outfit longer than your little black dress. Invest in this home because you will live in this home longer than you'll probably live in your own. Invest in this plumbing because this plumbing is going to last you a lot longer than the plumbing system in your bathroom. Invest in this iPhone because this iPhone is way smarter than any technology that you'll ever have in your hand or that you will use. Invest in this computer network. Invest in this TV screen. Invest in this electrical system. Invest in the joinery, the bolts. Invest in your forever outfit, home, and place, because you will have this with you forever. It's not an easy, quick fix solution. You need solutions that you're going to take with you on the journey until you're 102. And that means jumping in the sauna every second day until you're 102 and not doing it once. That means jumping into ice baths every week until you're 102. So that hopefully has changed your mind and aspect on all of this stuff out there, because it's so freaking overwhelming, all this stuff. And just think, what can I actually invest in and stick to and do it forever?